So Bitcoin got very close to its highs today, which of course pushed Misty and Mr. up, but then started tailing off. Let's check out to see where they're sitting now. Hello my friends, this is Legend. Misty actually was up quite nice earlier today as Bitcoin broke the 120K again. But it did start tailing off toward the end of the day, but it looks like it is trying to stay around or at least above our previous support line. So let's just go ahead and check out the Webull chart and let's see where Misty, Mr. and Bitcoin is setting currently. All right, so here we are looking at Misty currently, and as you can see, we do have a red candle, but we do have a positive movement for the day, as it did start and close above the close of Friday. So today it actually opened at 1950. It went as high as 1989, and I saw it up around that area, and man, I was happy and excited, right? It got as low as 1933 before closing back down around 1939. So we were still up about 24 cents for the day, and that's about a 1.25% up for the day, which is still a nice little move up from Friday, as Friday's close was at 1915, right? So not too bad. I'll still take it. And the fact that we did get almost up to $20 today is a very good push in that momentum. So let's just go ahead and let's switch it over to the adjusted chart for Misty, and let's just see where we're setting. All right, so here we are on the Bollinger Band, and we are looking at the adjusted chart for Misty. And you can see we did end up going above that midpoint on the Bollinger Band. So we are starting to move up. It is a slow move, but it is moving up. As you can see, those momentum bars, they are decreasing on that negative side, right? On that red side. And we're still looking for some green bars here so that we can get that cross on that MACD and start moving this thing on up. Now we did have a red volume bar here, but the fact that those momentum bars are still decreasing, meaning that it is trying to move more to the positive side, that's a great sign. And we did get a nice little turn up a little bit here on the RSI. So still some very nice positive signs here of Misty potentially moving on up. Now it's going to be a struggle, but I already like what we're seeing so far. So let's just go ahead and we'll switch right over to check out Mr. and let's see where it went to today. All right, so here's Mr. and it too did break above that midpoint on the Bollinger Band, and we are seeing those momentum bars. They are again decreasing. That is some great news. I love the fact and love to see these candles here moving up, even though they are getting red candles, but at least they are still moving up in price. That's a great sign. And Mr. itself got as high today as 414.36. So this one here was on a nice little move before pulling back. And we'll see on Bitcoin of how high it got. And that pullback, of course, did affect Mr. and Misty. Now, we are still on that bottom half of the Bollinger Band, but that RSI 2 is still above the 10. So for me, it is still not a potential buy, as I am looking for more of a cheaper price, or at least a nice little pullback to buy more shares to help average my cost. But like I said, the good thing here is the fact that those momentum bars are decreasing, even though we are seeing some negative or some red volume, right? Those momentum bars are decreasing. That's a great sign, and I'll take that even with the red volume. So let's just go ahead and switch it right over to Bitcoin, and let's see where it went and where it's at currently. All right, so here we are on Bitcoin, and you can see that yesterday we had a huge green candle, right? That thing went as high as 122.2K. So we did break that 120.3 that we had as our resistance line here. We did break above it, but we did not confirm, right? Because the next day, being today, we did open at that 121.7 and then fell back below that resistance line, and we are currently sitting at this 118.7. So this one here had a nice move up, but then it just got smacked, right? And just got shot right back down. So it pretty much took back all of the gains that it had the day before, right? Because you had this nice green candle shooting up, and then we've got this big red candle pushing it right back down where it was at. Now, the one good thing is we are still staying right here at this 117.7. That is still the resistance line, but I'm hoping that it can be our support line, right? Because we still have not got a confirmation candle for making this a support line. We'll see though, can this stay above this 117.7 and start moving back up? Because if it can tomorrow open above it and close above it and be a green candle, that will be our confirmation candle of this 117.7 to be our new support line. And that would be a great sign. We still have some nice green momentum here. The MACD did cross, and we are still separated. It does not seem to be growing in that separation, but it is not decreasing. And the fact that that momentum is still green, even though we had this huge pullback today on Bitcoin. So if we can bounce off of this 117, I think we're going to see a higher momentum bar on the green side. And I am also hoping for that confirmation candle to get this 117.7 switched to our new support line. That would be a great sign. Would love to see it, because if we can get that and start seeing this bounce off of that, we're going to see Mr. moving on back up, and hopefully we can get it back up above that 404.13, or at least get a confirmation candle for this 392.92. As if we do open and close above this 392.92 and it's a green candle, that could be our confirmation candle to the upside, and this would then be our new support line. Right now, it is still a resistance line because we have not confirmed a green candle above that line. But it's all about patience, right? The MACD here is starting to tighten up, and that's a good sign, right? The momentum bars are getting closer, and we are hoping for that cross on Mr. Because if we can get that, then of course we know Misty will follow suit, and we can start seeing Misty hopefully get back closer to that $20 range, as I do still have that $20 put that does expire this Friday. I did not roll it today. I almost did and could have got about $43 credit, and I was so close to doing it, but I held off. I hope that wasn't the wrong move to do, but we will see. Because when I saw Misty running on up and getting as high as 1989, I thought if we can get this thing moving on up and we get above 20 or back into the $21 range, I might not have to roll this put and just let it expire on Friday. But if it is still pretty close, I'm going to have to roll it. And I'll roll it down to that $19 and out 1 month, like I spoke about on the last video. And if you didn't see that video, you can check it out right here. I'll put it at the top of the screen. And in that descriptions, you'll see there is a bookmark where I talk about the Misty put that I'm looking to do this week. And I also try to explain a little bit about how it works as far as in buying back the existing contract and selling the new contract, right? So check that out if you missed it. But other than that, I think we're going to wrap it up right here and keep our fingers crossed that we have a nice little green day tomorrow and we can push Misty on back up and continue that momentum and hopefully get a cross on that MACD, and we'll start seeing some nice green momentum bars down here in the MACD area. That's what I'm hoping for. So if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, smash the like button, it'd be much appreciated. It does help my channel grow, and it gets this video out to other people who may also enjoy this type of content. So as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, Legend out.